What the heck is going on with these insane insurance premium hikes that are across the board, across the nation, and how you can help prevent that for yourself? Chris, I know you're somewhere in America. Where are you at
Yes.
exactly today?
So I'm traveling today. So I'm actually in Minnesota, flying back to Colorado this week.
That's
So
right. I'll see you soon, my
yes,
friend. So, Chris, you have heard undoubtedly by this point of the massive spikes in insurance rates for homeowners, property owners, commercial building owners, and all of the like. Like, what do you think is happening in the insurance market that this is occurring?
I think it's just got a combination of a lot of things. I think,
Yeah,
some of the insurance companies, bottom line numbers not probably there. Who knows?
right.
A lot of money
Yeah,
was spent on too much advertising, Super Bowl ads. Who knows on that? Um, as
right,
far as what makes up claims, I mean, the math doesn't lie. Roof
right.
claims, hail/wind claims to the roof make up, I think it was last I checked, over 45% of all insurance claims. So
Yeah. And I
that's big
think
too.
part of it too is like the also increase in reconstruction costs that everybody
Yeah.
is dealing with. If you're building a new home or if you're getting
Mhm.
windows replaced, whatever it might be, the labor rates and the material costs are through the roof as they haven't been in since I've been in the industry going on 11 years. And it's crazy. But it is also unfortunate because I know that there are some people looking to buy homes that are getting priced out of the home that they're looking for because the rates for insurance are so high, it throws their debt to income ratio off. And so we just
Yeah.
want to give you a couple pointers on today's episode of how you can avoid catastrophic rate increases. And the
Mhm.
first biggest thing is you've heard me say it before. I'm going to say it again, and you're still not going to do it. We know, but it's read your policy and make sure you're only making a claim for things that are covered or that you think are going to exceed your deductible. Because
Mhm.
once you make a claim, you become a risk. You go from being an asset, you're paying them money every single month, to a liability. Now you're saying, hey, pay back some of that money and cover this risk that you agreed to cover based on the policy contract. And so that's one of the biggest things you can do is make sure when you make a claim, it's actually going to get paid fully and fairly based on what your policy says. Chris, any other topics or ideas that how people can at least keep their rates as low as possible?
Sure. Well, and you brought up a good point too. Some people are just being forced out of the market for trying to buy either a commercial building or their house, and it's got
Right,
a combination to do of interest rates are high anyways, like on the
right,
mortgage side and business loans, but also when you make the combination of insurance rates. Typically when you get a quote, you start shopping. You have that quote, but you want to make sure it's very, very address specific because one house is going to be different premium than another house.
right.
You could have an older roof on here, and all of a sudden your budget's all set, and then boom, it's an extra $200 or $300 a month. Or you
Yeah,
get rid of some big things in that insurance policy that you really need down the road when you do file a claim. So just
absolutely.
wanted to piggyback off of that.
Yeah, 100%. And so the other thing you can do is make sure your property is safe and up to date because one of the things that insurance companies are doing that we know they're doing is you might not know this, but like satellite planes, they fly super high and they fly across the country and they just take overhead pictures. And insurance companies buy this data and see, is your roof in disrepair? Does it need to
Mm-hmm.
be fixed? And based on that satellite image, which even though they're 30,000 feet in the air flying really high, they have such high resolution cameras, they can get down and probably see your roof within a couple feet, a couple inches. And so that is one of the things is if your roof or property is in disrepair, you need
Mm-hmm.
to bring it back up to working and good condition because the insurance companies are using these. I heard of a couple, I think it was in California, that had an old pool that they drained because they weren't ever going to use it, and they put like furniture and chairs down there so they could like party with their friends. And because
Wow.
the pool had stuff in it, the insurance company denied the coverage from this overhead plane shot, this photo. And so
Wow.
there's so many just different things that you can do, but really most of it's common sense. I would also speak with your insurance agent every other year. Not just me, every 2 years, just making sure I have the right coverage for my current
Uh-huh.
situation with everything that belongs in my life and my insurance pool. Does it make sense today? If it does, great, pay the premium. If it doesn't, see what you can reduce. And so one of the things we've done in our business is like we just started cutting out all the fat that we don't really need to operate our business. And the same thing in your life and insurance. Like, do you need it? If so, great. If you don't have it, do you need to add it? Yes or not. But just make sure you have the right coverage in place at the right time. And with those three things, we hope this helps you make the right decision for your insurance claim or your insurance policy, and make sure to read that policy because we know you're not going to. So with that said, if you are appreciative of the content we create, please give us a like, a comment, or a share, and then subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.